your microphone now. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, watching all over the world, hopefully, tonight. We have got the Sunday service, and we are here talking about everything EFL, English Football League. So we're going to cover everything in the Championship, League One and League Two. Tonight, I've got two wonderful panellists on. Started to become a bit of a veteran now is Ben, who's currently sat next to me. How are we doing, Ben?
Yeah, I'm all right. Thank you very much.
Fabulous.
The sound may fluctuate, but yeah, I'm very good. Thank you.
Good. And Tom, hopefully all your issues with internet and microphones are all sorted, mate. And hopefully we've got you for the full hour with us.
Yeah, hello, Ben and Phil. Thanks for having me on. Yes, I had some issues yesterday, so one does apologise if anything goes wrong at this point. But we're here to talk about all things EFL, and let's see where we go.
Yeah, absolutely. So the show's an hour long, guys. We thrive, though, off messages coming in, both off Facebook, X, and on YouTube. So if you're watching and you would love to get involved in today's show, please drop us a comment. We will be more than happy to converse with you, answer any questions that you might have, views from the podcasters, or just general chit-chat about the EFL. And we're going to go straight into it, and we're going to have a look at some of those championship games that have happened this weekend. So obviously we've got a few up on the screen in front of us. Obviously there was a game today as well, which is not on that table, and we'll talk about that game also. It was a South Coast derby, let's call it. So we've got a few games on. We had Middlesbrough versus Preston North End and Millwall versus Charlton Athletic, both ending massively 4-0 each. So the home team getting 4 on both of those. Tom, I think I'm just getting a bit of feedback off your background.
Is there?
Yeah, that's better. Yeah, so Middlesbrough 4, Preston North End 0, Millwall 4, and Charlton Athletic 0. It was a 1-1 draw at home at Birmingham City for Birmingham versus Stoke. Blackburn Rovers was 1, and Watford was 1 as well. Bristol City stomping home again, an easy win against a very, very failing Sheffield Wednesday at the minute. That was a 2-0 win for them. Hull City 2, Swansea City 1, Leicester City 1, Oxford United 2. And obviously, if anybody's heard the news, Leicester City have also sacked their manager based on that score. Queen's Park Rangers 2, Wrexham 3. So Hollywood are still fighting up there. And stonking win for Sheffield United against Ipswich Town. It was a massive 3-1 to them. So before we're going to jump into it and get your guys' opinions, we've got a few comments coming in. Mersgoth's watching tonight. My night has been ruined by football. If anybody does not know, Mersgoth is an Arsenal supporter, and Manchester United beat them to a 3-2 victory to Man United tonight. So Arsenal slowly but surely doing what Arsenal do best, and that is bottling it. On to Big Dog. Big Dog's on. I'm too upset with Millers to get involved. That's a big shame, mate. Big shame. Wrexham in the playoffs, though. Wow. Look at Windass and Rathbone goals in 90+3 and 90+4. Absolutely, Adam. Great to have you watching, though, mate. So lots of input tonight, please. Lots of comments from everybody would be absolutely fantastic. So over to the panelists then. So Ben, looking at some of those scores, some big scores, some surprising scores there. What's your views on the championship this week? And obviously we had the South Coast derby of Portsmouth versus Southampton today, and that ended in a 1-1 draw as well.
Yeah, I'm pretty surprised about the Oldham South Coast derby, bit 1-1. Really, really entertaining. Bit boring to start off with, but I watched it all. And I'd say Portsmouth wanted it more at the end, but yeah. On to the other
Wasn't to
topic.
be, was it, mate? It just wasn't to be. I watched a bit of it. I saw a tiny bit of it, and then I watched some of the highlights. And I agree with you. Portsmouth were really showing that second half that they actually wanted it. But yeah, unfortunately, I think in the end it just ended in that 1-1 draw. And yeah, I suppose it is what it is. It's another point for both teams, isn't it?
Yeah, and it's clear what Coventry are going to be doing tomorrow night against Norwich. But if they win, I mean, as for Sheffield Wednesday against Bristol City, Bannon retire. Well, not retiring, going to Millwall. I don't know if you've both seen it at the end, but he were in tears. I mean, he's been at Wednesday for 10 years. I mean, what a legend. Whatever we aside, what a legend.
Yeah.
I don't know what your thoughts about it.
No, absolutely, mate. I know we've got some Wednesday fans that watched the show and watched KB Terrace talking itself anyway. Yeah, absolutely. Deserved. The way he was really deserved. And just the fan reaction and his reaction to it all. And it's always sad when something like that happens, when you got such a legend at a club who's had such an impact at a club. And yeah, saw the emotions flowing there. I think I even saw some of the fans' emotions with it all as well. So yeah, it was a nice little send off. Let's call it. Best way to put it. What about yourself, Tom? Some of these EFL games.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking at it. I think the big one is Wrexham have now gone into the playoff positions, which is massive. Barry Bannon leaving Sheffield Wednesday. It's been a great servant to them. It's very tight up there. Coventry have got a massive game tomorrow. Massive game. I think if they win that, I think they put themselves back in pole position to potentially go automatics in this league. We all know Sheffield Wednesday are gone. So yeah, I mean, look, the Championship is a basket case league, and a massive basket case league, and it's all in there. And who knows what could happen next? Stoke City have fallen off a little bit. Bristol, they're in there in and about. Leicester obviously sacked Fuentes today. I'm hearing that Russell Martin and Robbie Keane are favourites for the job.
Yeah, I heard the Robbie Keane bit. Heard that earlier on today about that. So yeah, looking at that top half of the table, let's just get rid of that bottom banner there just temporarily, so we can see the top 12. Obviously, Coventry still sitting pretty at the top with their 58 points. Closing in, obviously they've got a game to play, but closing in behind Middlesbrough and Ipswich, even though Ipswich got that loss today against Sheffield United, which is a big hit for them. I think. Yesterday. I think that's a real big hit for them. And let's hope it's not something going forward for Ipswich and they can keep that momentum going. But to be beaten by a team in the bottom half of the league, it's quite concerning. I would have thought. Obviously, Hull, Millwall, and Wrexham all up there. So Wrexham in those playoffs as it stands, as it was rightly said by Big Dog. So yeah, top half of the table, Derby County creeping up a little bit. Stoke have gone down the other way. So Stoke are dropping a little bit. But if you look at that between 12th and 7th, you're only 3 points, and then dropping into that playoff spot, you're only 4 points out of it, aren't you? So it's very tight at that top half of the league. So really interesting to see how that all pans out. I'm just looking at the last 5 games. My last 5 games table that I've got here, obviously, apart from Ipswich in the top 7 there, everybody won this week. So yeah, literally Ipswich were the only ones that didn't get the win in that top half. So showing them there why they are in that top half of the league, but still not all clear cut just yet in that championship. I don't think. I think there's a few more hiccups to come.
I would say so. Like I say, anybody can go up. I think obviously there was news this week that Wrexham have looking to spend nigh on £20 million on a player, which would be a club record signing for the championship, which I think is absolutely insane when you think about it. When we were up there, it was crazy. So I mean, look, who knows? Wrexham are obviously going to go big this month and try and get playoffs. I don't think they'll catch the top 3, but we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah, well, Hollywood pays a lot, doesn't it? So we will see. We'll see where it falls out. Let's have a quick look at that bottom half of the championship then. Obviously, Birmingham then just sitting behind the 12th place on 39 points. But again, you look how tight it all is there. 39, Leicester at 38 points. Sacking their manager, okay, they've not had the best of runs recently. Let me just have a look at my runs for Leicester. So last 5, won 1, lost 3, drew 1. It's not the best of runs, no, but when you look at some other teams that have had worse runs and kept hold of their managers, it's a bit of a. I won't say it was a surprise because I know the Leicester. To be fair, Leicester fans didn't back him as per se anyway, but how do we think that reaction to that is going to be then from Leicester City? Do we think it's going to dip a little bit? Do you think they're going to drop a little bit more, or do you think they're going to get some momentum with a new manager and push them back up the other way?
I think it's who's going to be their next manager. I don't know who it's going to be, but if they get the right manager in, I think they should stop popping up at the table. Maybe looking at the playoffs, but I don't know what's happened to Leicester so far this year. This season, I expect them to be top 2. They're not.
Yeah, I thought they'd come straight back up. I thought they'd be up there fighting to come back up. So being down in 14th, it's one of those. And then on the other end of there, you see Sheffield United, who 5 or 6 games ago they were in the relegation zone, and now they're pushing their way up very, very slowly, but they're getting there. And when they're beating teams like Ipswich Town, who are flying high at the minute, it's good for Sheffield, isn't it? It's really good.
I think if you look at it, Leicester are only 6 points off the playoffs. If they get the right appointment in and the right style of play, I've got one of my best friends is a Leicester City fan, who I was in the services with. So yeah, I mean, look, get the right appointment in. I think Russell Martin would work at this level for them, but he wouldn't work at the next level for them. I think that's been proven. So it's all about this next appointment. What do you want? You want a quick fix, or do you want a project manager, basically?
Yeah, I mean, you got to look at it in a couple of aspects. I mean, I don't know. You're in that point in the season where you say to yourself, right, do we just want somebody that's going to give us that opportunity to try and get back up, or do we want somebody to just make our position improved so that we can get our heads back together in the summer and bring in somebody who's that little bit that bit better quality? What do you think, Ben? We might have to talk up a bit, Ben. There's a few people on the comments saying that they can't really hear you very well.
Do apologise about that one. What were we asking again?
It's about Leicester. It's about Leicester and the manager, essentially. If Leicester bring in a manager, do they bring in a manager to keep them out of that bottom half? Do they bring a manager that's really going to push them, try get them into the playoffs, and who knows? or are we saying it's a little bit too late in the season to do that, and it's just a case of survival at the minute?
I think it's a bit too late. I mean, if they start picking up points in the next games, I think they're bringing the right manager. They get higher up into the league. They can maybe sneak playoffs. At least sneak playoffs.
Yeah. I think, like you say, getting that right man, it's who it's going to be. That's the thing. Obviously, there's lots of talk to different managers, but it's going to fall down to who it ends up being in the end. But I agree with you, Tom. I think, I think the two managers that I've heard, I think both of them could be well suited to that squad in the Championship. But I don't think they're long term. If they do get the playoffs and they do miraculously go up, I don't think they're long term managers. I think they're quick fixers.
Massively. I've heard Mark Robbins mentioned Stoke have started to fall away a little bit, and obviously Robbins used to play for Leicester City, and Gary Rowett was another one. So any grand delusions of Robin United getting Gary Rowett if he's getting touted for the Leicester job?
Well, I've been on the periphery. I've been watching the WhatsApp groups this weekend, just on the periphery. I've had quite a busy weekend myself, and I saw Rowett's name being mentioned quite a few times. So in that Rotherham chat. So yeah. Who knows? We're going to come on to Rotherham very shortly. A few more comments coming in. We've got Poppies in tonight. Evening, everyone. Happy Sunday. Hope you all had a great weekend. Really sorry, but can't hear Ben at all. Can he talk a little bit louder, please? Yeah, I've done everything my end to try and get his microphone up. I think Ben's just going to end up shouting down his screen at us very, very shortly. GH is also in tonight. Yes, lads. How are we doing, GH? I know Liverpool didn't quite succeed this weekend where Liverpool should have succeeded. And also Bushy's watching. Lads, great show. Can't hear Ben. Needs to turn his mic up. And then since you have Ben and talking a little bit louder, Bushy's also then agreed with you that it is a little bit too late in the season for Leicester to we perform as per se. So down at the bottom there, obviously we know Sheffield Wednesday, they're disappearing. They know, we all know. Goodbye Sheffield Wednesday from Championship and into League One next season. And then we've got Oxford and Blackburn. Obviously, Oxford on 27, Blackburn on 29. And then just behind, just in front of them is Portsmouth, Norwich and West Brom. Obviously, Norwich are playing Coventry tomorrow. And obviously, Portsmouth have still got a game or two in hand. So I suspect Norwich will still be sat down there after tomorrow's game. Big up the Coventry boys, the Frank Lampard boys. But obviously with Portsmouth still having a couple of games, at least a game, maybe two games in hand, I think they should start moving up a little bit more and it will drop everybody else down a little bit. Bushy's saying there, what a shame Sheffield going down. That's a bit mean, Bushy. We know you like the Sheffield Wednesday crew and the fans anyway, mate. So let's have a delve into League One then, shall we? Some League One games. I've got the two League One boys here. Let's have a look at some of the League One games that happened over the weekend. Look at that right there. Third one up. Never mind. Cardiff versus Stockport County. That ended up being a 1-1 draw. Pretty good for both teams there, going off their run of performances so far. So a point taken away from that, not too bad. Huddersfield versus Bradford. Unfortunately, Bradford fell on that one, and Huddersfield got a goal against them at home. Plymouth Argyle 1, Luton Town 0. Expected, maybe a little bit unexpected. I mean, they're both down there at the bottom end, so one of those kind of scenarios. Blackpool smashing Northampton Town 2-0 at home there. Bolton Wanderers 2-1 against Leyton Orient. I go back to my Leyton Orient comment at the beginning of the season. Guys, what have you done in the January transfer window? What did you do in the summer transfer window? Not an awful lot. Leyton Orient, sort your asses out, or guess what? You'll be down there at the bottom with some of the other teams. Doncaster 3, Wigan 3. Must have been a really good match, that one. Been the caravanners versus the pie eaters. Yeah, bizarre. 3-3. Port Vale 1, Exeter City 3. Big win there for Exeter. Reading 2, Barnsley 2. Rotherham United went 1-0 up as well, but couldn't quite finish the show against AFC Wimbledon, which ended as a 1-1 draw. Stevenage 1, Mansfield Town 1, and then Wycombe Wanderers 0, Peterborough 2. Boys. Ben's undone his microphone. Ben's ready for this. I want to hear it. What are your excuses this week about Rotherham United and AFC Wimbledon? Don't forget to talk up, Ben.
We just don't know how to keep on to a league, do we? We just don't know how to keep on to a, can't swear, but we can't keep on to a bloody league, can we? I mean, I was there yesterday, as proven in the WhatsApp chat. I don't know. I honestly do not know. Are we just playing to be in League Two now? Are we playing to be in League Two now? Because I do not think, that Northampton on Tuesday is going to be the big game for us. Big game.
There's a lot of frustration. Yeah, I mean, there has been for some time, but I feel as though the frustration is getting more and more and more and more and more. Now, okay, it's a point, but it's a point after going 1-0 up, having that lead. And from what I've seen of the highlights and from what I've seen of it, you literally, did you guys finish with 7 at the back or something? At one point, I swear I counted 7 players sat at the back.
I do not know. I absolutely do not know. It's just mind-boggling at the moment. Absolutely mind-boggling.
What he did, and we covered this yesterday at length, is he decided that in the 77th minute to take your 2 strikers off, and he took off Sam Nombe, Gray, and Coletta, right? Who were the most effective players in the game. And he replaced them with players that are just not like for like. And we tried to defend a 1-0 lead. And then we got absolutely, we didn't get punished. They had 1 shot, 1 goal, and it went in. And then there was no coming back after that. It was suicidal. I'm a big fan of you don't make 3 changes in the game in a 1-0. You gradually do it so everybody can set. He showed his tactical ineptness yesterday, thinking that, right, these have not had a shot today, so we'll just take these lads off. Granted, Nombe had to come off, he was cramping up. I'm not too sure about Gray and Coletta. We probably could have, maybe left Gray on, but we didn't. And we paid the price, and we drew an absolute must-win game, and that felt like a loss yesterday. And I was absolutely gutted, as was everybody else. And the biggest thing for me was Bez got his seat took off him, or he nicked somebody's seat, and got kicked out of the pub.
Was that the highlight of the whole weekend? That was
the highlight of yesterday, to be honest with you. But
go on, Bez. You should have knocked him.
I don't know what's going to happen, Phil. I've no idea. I said yesterday on the show that the club needs to come out and say, look, suck it up. He's our manager no matter what, or they need to get rid. Because there's no communication.
Just going back to the Leicester thing. So obviously, Leicester have not had the best run of luck, but they're sat 14th in what is a very, very tight championship. They've lost in the last 5. They've lost 3, won 1, drew 1. Okay. So they've decided to duly depart with the manager, okay? That is a championship team who have been in the Premiership not so long ago, won the Premier League not so long ago, and they're at that point where they've gone, no, I've had enough of the manager. You are currently sat in 23rd place, okay? 23rd place on 25 points. 7 points above Port Vale, who are sat in 24th place. Your last 5 games is 4 losses and the draw, which was basically a loss against AFC Wimbledon.
Mm-hmm.
And your manager, who, Tom, you've proudly said, Ben, you got very annoyed about in previous shows and previous comments about your manager. I've got one question for you.
Yes.
What is the reason why your manager, bearing in mind all your fans, even Adam, who backs Hampshire to the hills, has done nothing but fume about that manager this weekend? What is the one reason that manager is still in a job? And it's got to be one reason.
I think the board are waiting for a 5-0 defeat against someone, and it's not. Northampton, they might get a result against them. But guess who we got after? Exeter and Cardiff.
Yeah, both again tough games. I can kind of understand what you're saying, Ben, but looking at this in all logical ways, surely the board of directors should be sat there going, why are we waiting for this man to fail even more than he already is doing? Surely the time to act is now. You know, Miller's Monday, this whole season has pretty much been when's Hampshire going? And we are now sat 26 games in, and Mr. Hampshire is still there.
I think what's incredible, Phil, and I don't remember in my lifetime any football league or even Premier League manager that has gone on a run like this and still remained in a job. And I am absolutely dumbfounded as to how that's even possible. We've the positive Millers, the happy clappers, as Lee would call them. They would go down the route of, well, we stopped the rot. No, it's shambolic. How he still has a job, how any of that team have a job, is absolutely beyond me. I seen something today off a Twitter account saying, well, we had lots of shots yesterday. Play like that, we'll be fine. No, we can play like that, not score, and then make suicidal substitutions and concede at home against, the tennis people, right? And do you know what I mean? It's not acceptable, and I can't believe this is being allowed to continue. In my personal opinion, honestly, we're all like on yesterday's show, right? It was me, Adam, and Lee at the end. We were talking about in the last 10 minutes of that show, strip clubs, right, and pubs, right? Because there was nothing else we could talk about because it was that dire.
Yeah.
Right. So we started thinking about the good old days. Not that strip clubs are great. I've never been in one. If you ever watched that, but I haven't. We started watching. Honestly, started talking, reminiscing about Rotherham when it was a good place, and it's absolutely dreadful and dire. And there's no green shoots. There's nothing. And the football club is meant to be the heart of the community, right? It's dying before our very eyes. Unfortunately.
So an interesting comment coming from GH Logic tonight. So when do Rotherham next play Port Vale? He's putting, I bet Port Vale, bet Port Vale beat you at this rate.
I think it's Easter Monday. I think Easter Monday.
Right, so we'll be looking at for early April then.
That was our first game of the season.
Yeah, so it's gonna be a little bit later on, isn't it?
Yeah, so
interesting one.
In talking about the rest of the pub teams and the other teams in the Championship and then League One, sorry. I mean,
Look at the Caravanners. Look at the Caravanners there getting a 3-0 draw with Wigan.
Well, they threw that away, to be honest with you. Exeter, they beat Port Vale away, so that's another 2 points they've gone up on us. Stevenage, Mansfield. Stevenage and Mansfield are having good seasons. It's diabolical.
Let's have a quick look at the table. Top half of the table there. Obviously, Stevenage sat in 8th. Mansfield sat in 11th. You talked about Exeter. They're sat there in 10th. All doing well. Obviously, the top end of the table, a lot of those teams played each other, and getting a draw, getting that kind of momentum within there is great. I think going off the beginning of the season, I think there's a lot of teams within that top 6 there that I even said, I think they'll go up this season. I think they'll get playoffs or they'll get top 3, that kind of thing. I know Bolton was one. I think Bradford was another one. I'm sure I said Cardiff as well. So yeah, it's an odd league, a very odd league, and we say this week on week, but it really is. It really is a very, very odd week, odd league, should I say? Bushy's in again. Sheffield going down. United are back. Gloating that Man United beat Arsenal this weekend. And go on, Ben, lad. He's fuming, and rightly so. Yeah, no, absolutely. When it's your team and the passion and the love for your team. Yeah, interesting one. I mean, I'm not going to take anything away from that top half of the table there. Cardiff City sitting pretty, 4 points clear at the top, doing very well for themselves. A relatively good side, probably rightly proven that they're probably one of the better sides in the league, as they currently are. Lincoln City, something's going off at Lincoln City. I know we've spoken about it. It's crazy how they're so high up that table. There's something clearly going right there and clearly going wrong at Rotherham. Bolton Wanderers obviously sitting pretty up there. I know Bradford are sitting pretty up there as well. And Stockport, all 3 of them, all on 46 points there. And then Huddersfield just poking the nose in on 42. So, do we think that's roughly what the season's going to look like come the end of it, guys? What's our thoughts?
I think in Cardiff are champions. There's no really separating. I think it could go down to the final day between Lincoln, Bolton, and Bradford. I don't know what your thoughts are on that, but I think that's what could happen.
I mean, me personally, and I know Tom's quite shocked about Lincoln particularly. I mean, me personally, I'm surprised that Lincoln is in that top 6. To be fair, I'm surprised that Lincoln are in the top 10. Something's going right there, and whatever it is, well done to them. But I wouldn't expect to have seen them up there. I would have liked to have seen, obviously, Mansfield Town a bit, within that mix, just being local to me and whatnot. But quite surprised at Lincoln, very much so. Tom.
The bloody washing machine's spinning.
Right, okay. Yeah, that's loud. Okay, we'll come back to you shortly. Let's look at that bottom half of the table. Wow, that hurt my ears. Bottom half of the table there, we've got Reading, Plymouth, both sitting in 13th and 14th on 36 points. And then Barnsley of all places. That's like the back end of nowhere. Even their football ground's the back end of nowhere. Leyton Orient sitting 16th. I expected them to do a lot worse. And, going off their performance this weekend, I expect them to lose a few more places. Blackpool, Wimbledon, obviously AFC Wimbledon against you guys. A nice little draw for them, I suppose. And then sitting down at the bottom there, Port Vale, Rotherham United, Doncaster and Northampton Town. All I can say at the minute is I know that the Doncaster Rover fans must be sitting there. Absolutely. They're only 2 points ahead of you, but they must be sitting there absolutely wetting their pants.
Well, they don't need to be because they're not very good. Sorry, Phil, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you, mate. Just heard you at the back end of your washing machine then.
Oh, apologies. Phil, have I got another request to come on another device backstage, mate? Can you see anything?
Let's have a look. See what's going off. Yes, there is a request backstage.
I'm going to come off this and add me to that, pal.
I'll remove you off this one, add you to that. There we go. We got you back. That was quick. Look at how efficient that was. I dropped one and brought the other one straight in.
Right. Can you hear me?
That is lovely, Tom. Absolutely beautiful, that.
Right. What I've had to do, and I do apologise if my mind's been elsewhere, doing it on your phone is horrendous.
Yeah.
What I've done in the interim is I've downloaded Google Chrome and I've put it onto this because on your phone I can't hear anything. It's mad. So anyway, the awful places of the United Kingdom. Here we go. Listen, look, Port Vale are down in the mud with us. They're probably going to go. If we don't win on Tuesday, we're going to get relegated, gentlemen. If we don't win, let's say Northampton beat us, worst case scenario, they move up to 32 points. Burton Albion are no mugs. Neither are Wigan, and Wimbledon obviously are either. Neither are Blackpool, neither are Leyton Orient.
No, Leyton Orient are. They're mugs.
Yeah.
Well, I know you don't like Leyton Orient. Who does? But listen, we said that Saturday was must win, and we've drawn. Now, Tuesday is must win and win 6-0.
Yeah.
Because even the goal difference ain't in his favour here.
No.
So we're effectively six points out of getting out of this. And as Ben said before, we've got Exeter, who are in 10th, away next Saturday, and then we move on to Cardiff. It could be a disaster zone in the next 2 games.
I'm looking at that there. Is that right with Barnsley? Barnsley have only played 23.
Yeah, there's postponements, isn't it?
We saw them postponements because of the bad weather and whatnot. Yeah, 23.
Bad weather.
So they're sat 15th, and they've got 4 more games still to play on everybody else. So that's another 12 points for them. So that could put them on 45, which brings them just outside the playoffs. That's mad. That's mad.
Crazy. Absolutely crazy.
That's absolutely mad. Merzgoth playing a bit of GH logic tonight as well. So I think GH has been rubbing off onto him. All those teams in 21 to 23 need to do is get a string of wins and they're out of the relegation zone. No shit, Mers. No shit at all, mate. Well done, you. Fucking hell. Have you been talking to GH too much, mate? Wow. I think the Man United win has gone to his head tonight, and I think he's lost his marbles because that is a GH logic message, definitely, 100%. Don't let that put anybody else off messaging us. Please, I've got loads of people watching at the minute. Please, leave your comments. Let us know who you're supporting. Let us know why you're watching our show. You're watching our show to talk about your team. Which team are we going to talk about that is your team? Which team would you like us to talk about and focus on? But yeah, wow, what a league. What a league.
It's absolutely shocking league. It's awful.
Yeah.
Bloody awful. I mean, look at that.
23rd. Rotherham United systematically, if they do not win on Tuesday, I am categorically saying that is it. Game over for you guys.
Well, look at it from the channel's perspective. If we don't win, if we're down and out by middle of February, can you imagine what Miller's Mondays are going to be like?
Entertaining, mate. I tell you what Miller's Monday will be like. Miller's Monday will be just that tiny little bit more entertaining than what it currently is.
I mean,
You can sit there and slag off who you want and say what you want about any of them because they're all a bunch of tossers.
Well, the best of it is, Phil, there'll still be some fans, right, on the socials that'll be saying, Oh, this is toxic material. This. How many?
Oh, you happy
times?
clappers? You happy
Oh,
clappers?
for God! Honestly,
Loads of them. Loads of
I mean,
them.
we're 23rd in the league. We'll have still been questioning stuff if we were 14th. No matter
Okay, I'm going to pose a question to both of you guys because obviously you're both Rotherham fans. I want to know from you both what position do you think you will end up finishing this season?
Phil, I would be happy with about 20th at this point.
You'd be happy just to stay out of relegation at this point. Where do you think, though, you'll end up?
21st. I hate to say it. I really, really hate.
You think you're staying put where you are? Wow. Tom?
I put a voice note out yesterday saying that if we were to win yesterday and win on Tuesday and win on Saturday, I'd estimate it to be 10 points off the playoffs with a game in hand. I wasn't drinking at this point, but something must have happened. I must have been inhaling the fumes from my car for me to even come out with something like that. That is utterly ridiculous. Look, my heart says we'll win on Tuesday and we'll get something on Saturday, which would maybe, let's say, take 4 points and put us on 29. Northampton. Look, I'm going to say right now, sod it, I'm going to say 16th.
Wow.
16th.
Wow. Optimistic. The optimist, Tom. Yeah.
However, the caveat with that, Phil, is if depending on who manages us.
Can you imagine? Can you imagine Adam? That's what I'm going to say. Can you imagine, Adam, if you were to finish this season in 16th place with Matt Hamshaw still in charge, with Tony Stewart still in the board of directors? Can you imagine, Adam?
I'll tell you what, bless Adam. Yesterday, he was a broken man as well, to be fair.
Yeah, I could see it. I could see it.
He was saying that
on the show. I could see it in his messages.
Him and his dad go, and he said that his dad turned around to him yesterday, or it was maybe the week before, saying, "I don't enjoy this anymore, son," which I thought was heartbreaking, actually.
Yeah.
What does your granddad say, Ben?
I mean, he's on the same wavelength.
Yeah.
I mean, we were sat pretty much where the goal was. You could barely see him on EFL highlights. He's thinking the worst.
Well, do you know what, Ben? These are things that you should cherish. Go in the game with your granddad. Go in the game with your dad. And one day, Ben, if you have children, you haven't got any kids, Ben, have you? No.
No.
Not that he knows of. Not that he knows of.
Maybe you want to go with them. Sorry, Andy's wanting to say something.
Yeah, no, a great comment coming from Andy Brown. How many points are we ending up with?
Well, 50 points is the magical. So we're over half of the season done. We've got 25. Got to find another 25, haven't we?
So you're on target then, aren't you?
No, we're below target currently.
Oh, just slightly, because we're slightly over.
Yeah, we're below. So
what are you going with? How many points, Turbo?
Well, based on the last 8 games, we've took 1 out of 24. 1 out of 24 points. Can anybody in the comments, right, guys? Please, right? Tell me if you know of any club in the last 20 years in the EFL or the Premier League, right, that have kept a manager on, right, after losing 8 straight games in all 8 straight games in all competitions, and 1 point out of 9 games. Can anybody tell me of a manager who has survived that? Please. I'll be intrigued to know. And there's a caveat here as well. Anybody who's in administration, you can't count them. You
I
can't count
was
a team in administration.
gonna say that.
You can't count a team in administration.
So
Anybody can tell me.
Mers has cropped up, says he thinks that Rotherham will end on 41 points.
Fair
Ben,
enough.
what's your thoughts? How many points do you think you're going to get this season?
46.
46.
We're going to get 21 more points, Ben. Happy days. Way things are at the minute, and like I know I've said we'll finish 16th. The way at the minute, probably 40. Yeah.
40. Well, the big question is GH with his GH logic. Rotherham will end on 25 points. You're not going to get any more points this season. Wow. So with the logic of 46 or even 40, that's probably, looking at that table, it's probably still not enough to fucking stay alive.
It isn't. No, it isn't. That's the thing. It isn't. I mean, and you look at some of them teams that are above us: Orient, Wimbledon, Burton, Northampton, Donny.
Awful places.
Absolute terrible places, right? And then you look at that top of that league. You look at some of them bits. How the hell are they operating above an elite League One club like Rotherham United? And look at that: Lincoln, Bradford, Stockport, Stevenage. Jesus Christ. Peterborough were bloody bottom at one point. Look at that now. Exeter. Best thing about Exeter is the train station. Good pub near there. And Mansfield, we started on them. And Wickham. It's just...
I'm sensing across the board on Rotherham fans that you've just pretty much had enough now. And you know...
Yeah. Because nothing's changing, Phil. Nothing's changed.
No.
There's no plan. We've gone down the route of, well, we need his best players back and then give him time, right? What was that decision he made in the 77th minute yesterday? What the hell was that?
Yeah, well, I mean, everybody around me were like, what? What? I mean,
whatever Ben said, I agree. I mean,
yeah.
I think what the point and the matter is, I think a comment's been made several times that I think the tea lady could do a better fucking job than Matt Hamshaw.
I think anybody.
And I don't think the tea lady would take off 3 strikers and put on 3 defenders.
Well, it was just ridiculous. I mean, it was coming a mile off, and the players that he brought on are the players that he wants rid of. Yeah. So I don't understand it. I don't understand the logic. I don't get it. George Harper. Let's get George Harper as the Rotherham manager, aka Glory Hole, right?
Yeah, let's get George.
Let's have him in there. Sod it.
Let's have GH Logic. Let's have GH Logic playing its finest.
I have more faith. And another thing to point out, Phil, if Rotherham didn't get the games bloody postponed in the new year, where the hell would we be? I mean, it'd look even worse.
Andy Brown said Kelly, laughing.
Yeah.
I think we'll draw a line on that today. I think if we go any further, it's going to just absolutely erupt on this show with the anger towards Rotherham United. Please remember, we have got multiple shows on. We do have Millers Monday. We do have midweek Millers as well. 2 times a week where you can vent your anger and aggression. And not to forget Saturdays as well, when all hell tends to break loose after a game you should have won, didn't win, and pick apart the manager a little bit more. So 3 opportunities during the week to kick off about Rotherham United.
And I'm on all 3 of them. I'm sick of it. Can you imagine the one day when we actually win a game of football?
It'd be unbelievable. I think I won't be able to watch a Millers Monday when you next win. I just don't think I can do it. It just won't feel the same.
We'll have to check out with King Bush. Are we doing an after match on Tuesday, Lee, against Northampton?
I'm sure you will be doing an after match on Tuesday.
Can you imagine?
Because if you don't, then next week that will be 4 opportunities to vent about Rotherham United. 4. Not even I get to do that over Sean Dyche for Forest. 4. Wow. Right, we've got 10 minutes left of the show. Let's not forget our lonely boys down at the bottom there, League Two. Let's have a chat about League Two and see what's going off at League Two. Barnet, 3-2 at home against Oldham Athletic. Notts County getting a win against Crewe Alexandra at home as well. Barrow, Crawley getting a win over Barrow. Bromley winning again. Bromley winning again. This time 2-1 against Swindon Town. Cambridge 4, Tranmere 2. Look at some of these scores. Cheltenham losing 2-0 to Grimsby. Grimsby, of all places. Colchester 2, Fleetwood Town 1. Harrogate 0, Gillingham 3. Milton Keynes Dons, your boys, Tom. Don't say that you don't support them because you're a 2-team wanker. You know you are. You love the MK Dons, mate. 5-1 against Shrewsbury Town there. Stockport County 2, Chesterfield 1. Salford 1, Bristol 0, and Walsall and Accrington ended in a 0-0 draw. What do we think, boys? Look at some of them League Two games. I bet you wish Rotherham United were just as good as Milton Keynes Dons, don't you?
Well, I'll tell you what. As I've always said, Milton Keynes, I think they will come good. Do you know what? Shout out to Bromley. That was a big game. That Bromley v Swindon.
Yeah, absolutely.
That was a massive game. Was that first versus third?
It is first versus.
Well, it would have been at the point.
It would have been at the time, yeah, but obviously Milton Keynes getting, because they're all sat there 47-46. So yeah.
So I mean, Bromley could be the league above Rotherham.
Yeah, come the end of the season, you might not be able to go to those away games down in southeast London. That 5.5-hour journey all the way down there over the big bridge, coming back through Dartford Tunnel. Mate, I'm telling you, Bromley are going to be in League One next season. You won't even get the opportunity to play them.
Phil, do us a favour. Just show us where Chesterfield are in the league, mate.
Chesterfield are currently 9th.
So I made a point yesterday on the Saturday night meltdown. Right. I made a point that...
You need to call it the Saturday night shit show. That's what you need to call it. But I don't know if we're allowed to call it that.
The Triple S.
The Triple S.
Yeah. Chesterfield, it's not out of the realms of possibility they get in the playoffs, right? And let's say they win the playoffs. We could be looking at, and I hate to keep going back to the cretins of a football team that I support, right? We could be in League Two, and everybody else in South Yorkshire and the area that we cover are all above us, and we then become the worst team. But look, it's not about Rotherham. I mean, looking at that, Bromley, what a job they are doing.
I mean, I've got to give it to Bromley. You've got to. I don't know what they are doing, but yeah, I'm telling you, mate. Wow.
I mean,
I might just get myself a ticket at some point in this season. I might get myself a Bromley ticket and go and watch them. Maybe Notts County. I might get a county ticket and watch Bromley versus Notts County and see what Bromley are doing, because
it's staggering. I mean, you look at who's following behind them, 6 points behind. Yes, admittedly got a game in hand. Salford, backed by Gary Neville and his pals, right? Yeah. I mean, Salford City, somebody will correct me, and if Mark's watching, I'm sure he will, or anybody else. Salford ever got out of League Two yet? Have they been up into League One yet?
Don't know.
I don't think they have.
they had those television series.
MK Dons, ex-championship side.
No, they haven't. Salford have never been in League One.
So that just shows you all that money that Salford have got, and they've got a very experienced manager in Carl Robinson, right? Have never got out of that League Two. Whereas Bromley, right? I hope they go up, Bromley. I do. I really do. Walsall bottled it last year, didn't they? Obviously. Yeah. Cambridge, whatever.
But Bromley have never been in League One either.
No, exactly. That's what I mean. But Salford, they've been in that League Two for years now, right?
Yeah.
And this is the worry about teams like us, Rotherham, right? Coming down, Salford will have a bigger budget than Rotherham United now, because I think they signed that Ryan Graydon, didn't they? He's a striker the other week, and that's somebody who we were after a couple of years ago. It's scary, and I tell you what, I hope Bromley come up, and I hope Chesterfield do something. To be honest with you, and then the rest of them, I don't really care. To be honest with you. So
yeah, I think my early predictions were Notts County, Chesterfield, and MK. So see that they're all plunged up there and really going for it is great. But Bromley and Salford, you've got to give it to them.
I'll give it to Bromley, but I think Salford should have been out of that league years ago.
Yeah.
And they finally might be getting out of it now. MK Dons have spent an absolute fortune in that league, and they're still only third. But it's going again. It's like the in the championship, you get the Neil Warnock card if you get Neil Warnock. I think.
Yeah, but have you seen that though? Milton Keynes, they're in third. They've got a goal difference of 24.
Yeah, I know. Because they won big.
The closest is Bromley on 18. It's bizarre, isn't it?
With MK, they've got a manager who knows how to get promoted in lower leagues. Facts. Did it with us. He's going to do it with them. He did it with Derby.
Poppy shouting out you pies.
Who are the pies? Pies.
She's shouting out who you pies. She's. I think there's even a pie there. I'd love to know, Poppy, what flavour pie is it? It's got to be something decent. Got to be something nice. I'd love to see Notts County go up. Yeah.
There's going to be a new section on Miller's Mondays, pies of the week. There you go.
It could be pie. Yeah. Well, no, actually, in the WhatsApp chat, I've just been sat here. I've seen Burger of the Week mentioned. So I think what's going to happen for everybody that's watching, there's plenty of people watching the show. You've heard it now. You've heard it from the unofficial channel that is the host, Forrest Phil. There's going to be a new segment coming to either Miller's Monday, Midweek Millers, or After Match Saturday, or Hit Show Saturday, whatever we're going to start calling the show. There's going to be a new feature, and it's going to be called Burger of the Week. So, just like Rotherham have got the corner kitchen, I need to know, Ben, have you been to the corner kitchen yet in Rotherham?
No.
You need to go, mate, and get some pork sausage meat patties. And yeah, we're gonna do Burger of the Week. So let's see how that little feature presentation goes on Miller's Monday of Burger of the Week. I'm sure Bushy will really, really, really appreciate that feature. Yeah, so second half of the table. Let's have a look at that bottom half of the League Two. Sat down there at the bottom, Harrogate and Newport County.
Is that right? Harrogate must have come back at some point here. Because there's only 3 points between them and Bristol now, aren't they?
Yeah. Pies, guys. Pies. I've just been having to think about pies. I think Poppy's talking about Notts County because I mentioned Notts County being Magpies. Pies.
Come on, the pies. Yeah.
Yeah, she's messaged in. Do you not know what you pies quote is? I'm presuming that's what you're talking about. Magpies, Notts County. Yeah, of course. Yeah. And Bushy's put it now. How do you not know what you pies are? Yeah, no, I thought she was just talking about pies in general. Come on, it's Sunday night. It's nearly 8:00 on a Sunday night. I thought she was just talking about pies. I want to know what pie she was going to make me. Jesus Christ, I wasn't thinking about the teams. I was just thinking about pies. I'm hungry. All right, get off my back.
Speaking of pies, that's my wife's job. She makes pies.
Oh, well, she needs to make me... You need to... Listen, mate, you need to get your missus to make me a decent pie and send it down to me.
Yeah, they are the best in Scotland.
That's what I'm looking for. Anyway, enough of pies. You had strict clubs the other night. We're talking about football. So bottom half of that League Two table there. Bottom two, Harrogate and Newport.
I think Harrogate, they must have come back. Because when we spoke about Harrogate the other week, I was saying how much of a nice place it is. And now, they're only 3 points off getting out of it. With the same goal difference of
Bristol
Rovers, which is Steve Evans, or as I called him, Manjaro Steve or whatever. Yeah. Shrewsbury again in there. So you're looking at, really, it's between Barrow, don't make me say it, Black-Eyed Barrow, right? It's between 19th and 24th. Any two of those could go down.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, look at that, though. Minus 19, minus 17, minus 23, minus 25, minus 19, minus 25 again. Jesus Christ. Surely in the transfer window, you should be looking at your defence. You should be looking at your goalkeepers and going, why are we leaking so many goals, man? Why are we letting this many goals in? Categorically, we should not. We're in League Two, so straight away you should be knocking on the door and asking fucking questions as it is. Let alone sat there at the bottom with minus 25 and wonder why you sat down there in minus 25.
The best bit is, right, I don't know if Adam's watching. On midweek,
Adam will be watching. Adam's always watching.
On midweek Millers, Adam goes, yeah, we're signing this defender from Harrogate. Fucking hope not. You know what? And it transpired that we got it wrong. He got it wrong and it was mixed up, but Jesus Christ. It was part of the same article.
Did I read right the other day? Fleetwood just got rid of their manager as well.
Oh, pass. I don't know.
I'm sure I read that the other day. Fleetwood Town, I'm sure I read it the other day that they got rid of their manager.
It was maybe just rumours.
Probably rumours, yeah. No, it was Pete Wild. Fleetwood Town boss is dismissed by League Two club. Yeah, that's what I saw. League Two side, Fleetwood Town. Head coach Pete Wild and his assistant Adam Temple after a run of 6 defeats in 7 matches. Yeah, I thought I read it. Yeah.
In the comments, does anybody just get that joke I've just done with Phil? I'll explain it. Sod it. Do you know what I said? It's maybe rumours, Phil. Is Fleetwood Mac's biggest ever selling.
Oh, yeah. Listen, I've told you, for God's sake, it's 8 o'clock on a Sunday night. Leave me alone. The only thing I tell you what, the only thing I'm thinking of right now is this. Poppy said, no pies, Phil. I'll be making cheesecake for Easter. Rue will bring some into work. So Rue's one of my, Rue is Poppy's dad. And he works for me. So, yeah, make sure it's a one whole massive designated cheesecake for me then, please, Poppy. Anything, white chocolate and anything, that'll do me. Love it.
Mint is a nice cheesecake, definitely.
I've got a thing for white chocolate and like raspberry and stuff like that.
Oh, yeah.
Love it. Anyway,
yeah.
This is how boring League Two is, guys. We're talking about flipping pies and cheesecake. John Sullivan, just checking in. All hope everyone is well. Rotherham are still piss. What's new? Water's wet, etc. Ha, ha, ha. Yeah, absolutely, mate. Absolutely. Well, guys, it has been emotional. Yeah, someone did say cheesecake, John. It has been emotional. It has been very emotional. It's been argumentative with the whole Rotherham. All I can say is I am extremely happy because Forest beat Brentford away today. We beat them 2-0. And 2 surprise goals, one from Igor Jesus and one from Taiwo Awoniyi, who the 2 of them don't score full stop. And yet they did against Brentford with no sort of reply from Brentford.
Did the 6'7" bloke play?
No, he didn't. He didn't start. He didn't play. Well, we only got him on Friday, so he's not really got a chance to gel. But I reckon he'll play next week. Or at least come on next week. That'd be
Maybe
nice.
Trying to find a shirt big enough for him. Maybe.
Yeah, Lorenzo Luca. Watch out for him. He's going to end up being our top goal scorer for the season, which isn't difficult because I think that goes to Morgan Gibbs White with 4 or something stupid like that.
A win's a win because West Ham won.
A win's a win. West Ham won. Yeah, West Ham won again. Leeds are playing tomorrow. Man United won, beat Arsenal.
Man United were supreme. They were great.
Yeah, they're up into 4th now. GH was worried about Liverpool dropping down to 9th. Not quite, made it to 6th. So interesting one, that one in the Premier League. But don't forget, you can get all your Premier League action and all your Premier League fun on Thursday night. So Thursday night show is all about the Premier League. It's the Premier League prediction show. And guess what? It's hosted by this ugly mug right here. So, yeah, stay tuned for that one. We've obviously got the fallout on Monday from Miller's Monday. We've got the fallout on Tuesday with the aftermatch reactions. We've got a fallout on Wednesday. Probably Bushy will stick a load of shorts out of everybody falling
Fallout on Thursday.
There'll be a fallout on Thursday based on the Premier League and us all taking the piss out of Arsenal and Liverpool. There'll be a fallout on Friday. FPL, someone will moan about their league in some way, shape, or form. So don't forget to watch the FPL show on Friday. There'll definitely be fallouts on Saturday with the aftermatch reactions. And then we're back here next Sunday, falling out yet again over everything. But one thing I will say is at least I'll have the opportunity to eat some mini eggs cheesecake. So absolutely fantastic. GH, final comment from GH, bit of GH logic to leave us tonight. Shit FPL, my team falling apart. Is that FPL or just Liverpool, GH? Anyway, thanks for everybody. Thanks for watching. And we will see you all on the next show on KB Terrace Talk.
Cheers, Phil.
Bye, everyone.